closing in for a second. There it is.
They call him the King. Eric Cantona, the man famous for his legendary career at Manchester United.
Cantona, yes! He's there when you need him most.
This fly kick.
Cantona left with both feet.
And his eccentric personality.
As flies to wanton boys, we are for the gods. They kill us for the sport. I love football.
Now, Cantona presents the new film, The United Way, a documentary showcasing the history of one of the greatest clubs of all time, Manchester United.
Football has that power to change people's lives. Combine that with a city like Manchester, there's nothing more important.
As much as it hurts me to say.
I was born to play for Manchester United. All eyes on me.
Eric Cantona, thank you so much for speaking to me tonight, and congratulations on what is an amazing film. I'm a huge Liverpool supporter, and I almost forgot that I hated Manchester United. It is that good, so congratulations. Why did you want to tell this story?
We wanted to tell the story of the club of Manchester United, of the club, of the city, of the atmosphere in the city. City very inspiring, and the club reflecting the city and the people in the city. The fans are important, but it's important also to tell the story of the club, to know the spirit of the club even better.
And it is so well told, that story, it really is. Let's go back to that horrible but seminal moment in Manchester United's history, the story of the Busby Babes, where there's a plane crash in Munich and almost the whole team is killed, the rest injured. How important do you think that tragedy is to what Manchester United became?
Life is built about with a different experience and how you take the experience. And I think the people of Manchester United have always been very united in tragedy and in success. It's very, very important, I think, to take that and use it to take you in a better way, you know. And I think it has been a tragedy, but the way all the people have been united after this tragedy have been useful.
Obviously, that was before your time, but just looking back, can you believe that the club played a game 11 days later and won it?
It's so difficult, but we have seen actors playing and go on stage after the death of one of the children, you know, and sometimes it's a comedy, and we have to try to be, for a moment, short moment, as short as possible, strong enough, and give a positive face, you know.
Mm. The film is called The United Way. What exactly is The United Way, do you think?
The United Way is when you have something you can unite the people. That's the beginning of a dream, you know? And this dream can take you to success and show everybody that people united can be stronger than anything else. And that's the story of this club. That's the story of this city and especially of this club, of Manchester United.
And do you think that tragedy has a special role to play in creating that unity?
It's like on a human being, you know. We all have bad and good experiences, and as I told you before, it's how you use it to try to make you even better. We are not the club, the history is not built only on this tragedy, but it was a period of time, and it has been the way the people reacted was great, and Manchester United, and the city of Manchester is very, very strong and very inspiring, inspiring for for the players, inspiring for the club, inspiring for artists, for musicians. It's not like this. It's because it's a very special city. It was a very industrial city, and with a lot of working class people who can be united and together can do something great. So the city of Manchester is very special. So it's the club is just reflecting the atmosphere of the city. So this club has been inspired by the city, by the story of the city, day after day, until now, until today.
You mentioned the working class roots of the club. It's kind of easy to forget that, isn't it, when you look at Manchester United now as this global behemoth that's just worth billions of dollars. Just how important do you think the working class foundations of the club are?
Football is played by working class players. Most of the time, it's not a sport like tennis or golf, which is very different. Football is played in most of the time in poor areas, and all of the players come from poor family or working class family. That's a story of the players, and it's still now like this. Players can earn a lot of money, but they all were poor when they were kids. And football were in most of the country around the city. You have neighbors, and football. It was a way to control the people sometimes. Sports to give the people to. It's another. You have the education of the parents, which is important. Education of school, which is important. But the education in sports, and in football in particular, it's very important too. So don't forget that the football is played by these kind of people, working class people. And the real fans of football are working class people. It's the real fan of football. It's why I think we should be careful on the price of the tickets, because now most of the time the real fans of football who are working class people cannot go to the game because the ticket is too expensive. The tour operator too, everything, for traveling, the people come from around the world, which is important. But what kind of people? It's important to have these kind of people too. But don't forget that the real fans of football are like the players. They all are working class people. So this documentary was made by people for the people.
Mm. So do you feel a certain sympathy then for a lot of angry Manchester United fans who at the moment feel like the club is just all about money and being taken away from them?
Of course, I did a video on my Instagram the day they announced the Super League. So I feel close to the fans, and we have to respect them.
What did you think when you saw the protests that broke out earlier this week?
What I think it's normal. It's normal that the people protest. If you're not respected, what can they do? Only protest. So they can protest. But to protest, you need to be united also, to be as much as possible and put as much pressure as possible to the ones who have not respected the fans. But it's true, because these kind of people, because we heard about this project since 20 years, So you have the people who are in charge of the club, who are owners of the clubs, who have been to school until the age of 30 or 35, So they are very smart and very intelligent. And how? Because it's all about anticipation. If you don't have the sense of anticipation, you cannot play football. And in life, in everything, it's like this. If you don't anticipate the thing, you are just stupid. So how in 20 years you didn't have one of them who could anticipate the reaction of the fans?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It is. It's mind-blowing. You said something really interesting in the film, that you came to Manchester United as an outsider, but you instantly felt like you belonged. and that you said that you were born to play for Manchester United. Why is that?
We are outsider every day. You know? If yesterday you succeed, you have to prove today that you are better than the other one. It's just because you succeeded yesterday that the opponent will give you the chance to win again. You know, you have to win. You have to fight to win. You know, work hard and enjoy it. Yeah, that's a way of also the United way is built also on that. You know, work hard and enjoy it. That's the way Manchester United are used to play football. You know, since Busby and even before Ferguson.
And Manchester United fans have an expectation about how their team will play. They want to see exciting attacking football, but they also want to see their team win. That's very important. And you definitely did that in your time at Manchester United. There for 5 seasons, you won 4 titles in those 5 seasons, and a couple of doubles thrown in there.
Against Liverpool.
Sure.
One cup final against Liverpool.
Thank you very much for pointing that out. That's very gracious of you. I appreciate that. You were also you were a big advocate for the beautiful game as well. And I really wonder what if you had to make a choice. If you had to make a choice between winning ugly and losing beautifully, what choice would you make?
I try to win beautifully.
Okay.
Always fought against the idea of losing, you know. But on maybe one game, if we don't play well and we win, okay. But I need to enjoy the football, you know. Football, sometimes we forget that it's a game, so we have to enjoy it. Enjoy it doesn't mean that we don't have to work hard. No, we need to work very hard to find the confidence, and with this confidence, we can enjoy it.
Let's talk style and your unique style for a moment. What was the reason behind the collar and wearing it that way?
I don't know. It just came like this, you know. I didn't think about it. Maybe I put my shirt and it stayed like this for the first time, you know. And then maybe we won the game, and the day after, the game after, I wanted to win again. So we are a bit superstitious, you know, footballers. Some people there the same underwears, you know. I prefer my collar, you know.
and everyone can see the collar, unlike underwear. So I suppose it becomes a trademark in that way. We have to talk about the fly kick. This is a fantastic sequence in the film, looking at that moment, 1995, when you're playing at Crystal Palace and you get the red card. And then as you're walking off, a fan comes and insults you and you run at him and fly kick him over the fence. And you're suspended for the rest of the season.
It was an hooligan. Huh? If you call a hooligan a fan, I don't call an hooligan a fan.
Point taken. I understand that point of view, but it's still an extraordinary moment, and I'm really interested in your response to it, because I know you've said that it was a mistake to do it, and then in the film you talk about how you can be fragile in a moment, which suggests that you shouldn't have done it. But then you finish that sequence in the film by saying your only regret was that you didn't kick him harder. What did you mean by that?
I mean that I've been insulted thousands of times, you know, I never reacted. And one day you react, you know. So I say, maybe this day you were more fragile, you know. I don't know. And they wanted me to be an example, but I'm not an example. I don't want to be an example. I never wanted to be an example, you know. I'm just a human being, sometimes strong, sometimes a bit fragile. And if something like this happen, like the club of Manchester reacted after the tragedy of the air disaster, I try to use this moment to take a better way, you know, take another way. Or I had to take this way, but I will try to use it to take me in a better place, you know. And yes, I could have, and I don't know if I should, if I should, but I kicked him, you know, and I've been banned for 9 months. So I should have kicked him even harder.
Sorry, you mean that you were going to get suspended anyway, so you should have made it count?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, you ended up being charged with assault for it, and then there was an appeal and you had to give this press conference, and it was an amazing press conference because everyone's there hanging on your every word, and you came out and just gave the most bizarre line about trawlers and sardines or something like that. Do you enjoy, I mean, you must know that that doesn't mean anything to the press, that you're playing games with them. Do you enjoy playing those games?
I always play with the press. That's the only way to protect myself, you know. And it was a lot of journalists and the lawyer from the club wanted me to say something. I said, no, I don't want to say anything. And he said, there is a lot of journalists, so you have to say something. So I said, okay, I will say something. And I say just what came to my mind, you know. I could have said, oh, the wonderful roof and this wonderful green bricks. And there's a son of Cartagena in Colombia, you know. I'm not in Colombia. I'm in Lisbon, in Portugal, you know.
Well, you certainly said something.
I'm allowed to say whatever I want. You know, I love the automatic poetry. You know, I love kind of people. I love Jim Morrison. You know, these kind of people who are completely free. I try to be free as much as possible, because it's never easy. But we have to fight.
That certainly seems to describe your attitude very well. I want to talk about your retirement because it's really abrupt. You're at the top of your game and then you just decide you're done with it. You're sick of it. Football's just a routine now. You don't want to do it anymore. You've had a lot of success. But then after you retire, Manchester United go on and they win that famous treble in 1999. They win the Champions League, incredible circumstances. You don't strike me as someone who has regrets, but do you have a small regret that you didn't hang around to win that treble?
No, because I enjoyed the game when I was really passionate by the game, you know, when I felt the fire inside of me. If I lose this fire, life is a bit, some people don't have a lot of passion. They don't, you know, they are in football, they are players and then become coach and then they become, you know, and for other lives they spend it in football. I have other dreams and I have other projects and I want to do so many things, you know. So as soon as I lose the passion for anything, I try to do something else. That's it. And I really enjoy my life. I love all kind of experience, you know. But I need to feel the fire of each of them inside of me. Otherwise, I die.
It's a typically poetic way to put it. I appreciate what you're saying. My last question is before I let you go. Alan Shearer and Thierry Henry became the first people to be inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame recently. I know you're being considered to be in the next group. And you'll be very pleased to know that my son, who despite also being a Liverpool supporter, voted for you to be in the Premier League Hall of Fame. So you clearly have a lot of support. Would it mean a lot to you to be inducted?
For me, you know, I don't have any trophy at home. I don't have any medals or shirts on my wall. You can see I have all the kind of things. It was a long time ago. I really enjoy it. I love it. You know, I loved football. I really enjoy playing football. But I don't want to be prisoner of this past. You know, so trophies doesn't interest me. Honors don't interest me. What interests me is to do something tomorrow.
Perhaps another film.
Another film or something else. You know, music. You know.
More painting, more philosophy, more filmmaking. All of these things that we know that you love. Yeah.
Oh, maybe just sit on the sofa, you know, traveling in my mind. Some people do travel and don't think about anything, you know. and some of them stay sitting on the sofa and travel all around the world and create so many things, inspired by so many things. I try to catch the things that can inspire me. That's the most important thing.
Creative on the pitch, creative off the pitch. Eric, it's been such an honour to speak to you, and I could keep going for hours. I know you have far more important things to do, so I really must let you go. But Eric Cantona, thank you so much for speaking to us tonight.
Thank you very much. See you next time. Right.
Next time. It's booked.